Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Gamers Breakfast. My name is SkojSkull, and I got my co-host Jalbagel, and this will be my last podcast because I am abandoning Jal because he's a flesh tuber and I'm a VTuber.
Wait, hold on. No, I could be a VTuber too. Let me get a PNG really quick. Don't leave me, Skoj. No.
Oh my gosh! No, I was just
it's
like,
about time.
I was just calling back to like we had a DM where it's just like obnoxious how like some VTubers are just like flesh tubers. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Dude. I've gotten that so many times in other people. It's never really like from streamers. It's mostly from like their communities.
Yeah.
But somebody shouted me out in their channel the other day, and the response, because like they did a shout out and they did a clip shout out, and like that's fine or whatever. I'm not held responsible for anything that gets clipped and then played on your channel.
No.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird because they were like they're like they gave me the shout out and it was really cool, and then they did the clip shout out, and then somebody in the chat went like, oh, ill flesh tuber, and I was like, what
the fuck?
All right, I guess. Thanks, appreciate that.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's always obnoxious. It's just like, oh yeah. Okay, or just anyways.
Stay la vie, man. Yeah, no, I don't really read into it. But like, I don't know, it's just that was obnoxious. But anyways, hi Skoj, how are you?
Hi, I thought we could talk about some title update 3 since we got the news like this Wednesday. We got it Wednesday.
Yep.
And then not only that, but we have Pokemon that came out Friday. So
woo!
Oh yeah, you have both the games. I pre-ordered mine from Amazon, not expecting but hoping to get the steel case for the game because there's like a chance to get it. I didn't get it.
Sad.
But it's all good. I still like that's not what matters the most to me. It's more like a collectible item. Like if I got it, I'd be like, yeah. But
I might SUNBREAK steel case right over there, right up on my shelf. Oh wait, right there, right on my shelf behind me.
My SUNBREAK. How'd you get the steel case for that?
I bought the collector's edition of SUNBREAK.
Oh right, okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering how people got that because I got the one for Iceborne because I loved Morals so much. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the one for Iceborne. I got the steel case for that. But yeah, I thought today we can talk about Title Update 3 since we got that come out recently, and then we're gonna be talking about spoilers from what we've experienced so far and just dive in Pokemon for the second portion of the podcast. We thought we could talk about that because
there'll be a nice little spoiler warning. So if you want to avoid Pokemon Scarlet Violet spoilers, neither of us are Skoj's a little bit further than I am, but neither of us are particularly far. But if you are still trying to avoid spoilers regardless of where you're at, choose to skip over it until you're ready to be spoiler free. We'll even throw out a reminder on Twitter or something like that, like, hey, like if you skipped over the Pokemon portion, like reminder to go back and listen to it because it's been a couple weeks and maybe you're finished. No hard feelings if you got to stop listening then, because we don't want to ruin your guys' first experience playing through the game. But we want to talk about it too because we guys, I guess we'll get there, but it's been fun.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're gonna start off with Monster Hunter, and then we'll lead into Pokemon. Speaking of Monster Hunter, I got my boy.
Monsters.
I got my boy, bro. My favorite monster.
Be insufferable.
Favorite version, chaotic Gore Magala. Dude, this is like the only downside to the VTubers. I can't show my hands. Like I'm doing like the Italian, just like
telling you you just gotta get like 2 PNGs of hands, like two like left hands, and then they just like pop up whenever you're excited.
I should have like different animated expressions, but it's like very like scuff. So it's like when I'm excited, absolutely. I'll just have 2 hands circling around my character, like
oh no.
Oh my gosh. But
so chaotic Gore Magala.
Yeah, the suffering version of Gore Magal.
Literally
my emo phase. But no, we got chaotic Gore Magala, which the way they're implementing him is that he is like the deformed version of the transformation between Gore to Shigaru. That's how they're explaining that. and he has a combination of moves from Shigaru and Gore. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's like a Gore Magala went through puberty but stopped halfway through.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing like a really, it would have been a mean meme, so I don't know if I want to post it, but you know the song "I Am Deformed" in like one of the Disney movies with the he's the guy with the green shirt, and he's like trying to ring the bell, and he's like
the Hunchback of Notre Dame,
maybe.
I think so. That's the bell and the dude in a green shirt.
Yeah, I think so. One of the songs is like "I am deformed" or something. I think it was like
yeah, probably. I mean, because the whole movie's about him being a hunchback.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I was thinking about doing that meme with the song and just do chaotic core. That would have been a mean post. I didn't want to do that. But yeah, that like the chaotic gore is back in the game, which is gonna be absolutely fantastic. I was just like, it's a matter of time. It was just a matter of time before we got into the game.
Yeah,
they can't just like skip chaotic.
I think a lot of people expected that too, especially with how they've been approaching adding new monsters. They've been like variants or subspecies, you know, alterations on an existing form.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. I think that's cool, you know, building on what you have rather than having to add entirely new content. And it kind of helps, you know, save the feel of the game too without changing it drastically. And I mean, like I have the clip pulled up on the side from the Monster to Twitter. I mean, the thing looks insane.
It looks insane. Oh my gosh, that intro they had with Bob, and it just like comes in. I was like, "Oh, don't do this to me!" And it did it. I was like, "Oh my god."
It was really cool. And I know like a lot of people were like out there like, "Oh, like it was expected," and like we had anticipated, and like that's a good thing because then now, you know, you are understanding the developers' intentions with this game, and like I see that as a good thing because like we hit that feel, we understand that feel of the game, like that we can now anticipate these things and be hype and excited about it. Even still, like, you know, just because you guessed it doesn't make it any less impactful, at least in my opinion. I went in with zero expectations. I was like, give me Giganox, even though I know that's not gonna happen. Like, but give me Giganox, you know, like let's see that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like with I was unfortunately, I think I was spoiled because I started reading in comment and it was just like, please, like I just want to say,
when it dropped, you were at work when it dropped, so you were you kind of like saw the trailer a couple hours late.
No, oh yeah, that was too. But I mean, like I purposely avoided Twitter. I avoided like all Discords, like everything, dude. That was like the most I ever ghosted like anything. That's funny. That was weird. It's like
because he knew.
Like that's like this is what it's like to hide from social media. What? But no, it was with leaks and data mine stuff. Like, please never post anything about that. Like, oh my goodness, that I'm not a big fan of them at all. But
I mean, I have my mods know now too, and I have a rule because, like, especially being, you know, like, so some of us are Capcom creators, you know, you and I included, and that puts us at risk of losing that affiliateship, I guess is the best way to call that, but that like recognition, because, you know, dabbling and dealing and distributing leaked content and illicitly obtained content puts us at risk. You know, it can remove us from that program entirely. So like my mods know if they see even a mention about leaked data in chat or even in my Discord to just delete it.
Yeah, no.
Like it doesn't. I don't mess around with that. I don't want somebody else being selfish to ruin my ability to do things. So
yeah, I might need to like afterwards like dig your brain up and just about the Capcom creator stuff, because I have not had time to like dive deep into the whole Capcom creator program and like really grasp everything.
Yeah, we always talk about it. We can talk about it right now. No, let's stay focused. We'll have another debunking Capcom creators podcast in the future.
It's gotten a lot better. I can definitely say that it's gotten a lot better since
if has gotten a lot better means they've done nothing with it, then yeah, sure, it's gotten great. Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you saw anything from them to do anything to obtain any sort of benefit? I don't want to get into a rabbit hole. So we got new Risen Elder Dragons too.
They threw in 2. They were just
they gave us ghosts.
I thought they were gonna do one at a time, but they were just like, nah, here's Risen Teostra and Risen Kushala Daora, which I feel like they look great.
Oh, they look so cool. The so
red
like
hue.
that's what I always liked about like the Chameleos was the orange that was through a whole of its design, and I was thinking that it was gonna look like crap on Teostra. It looks beautiful on Teostra. I was wrong.
It looks
and an idiot.
Gorgeous.
Looks so good.
Dude, it has like blue flames on its paws.
No, it looks super cool.
The armor looks insane too. Holy shit.
Yeah. The Risen Kushala armor looks
edgy.
Insane. And then even the Risen effect on Kushala's wind, instead of all of Kushala's wind being gray, it's like gold and black now.
Yeah.
And that looks so cool to me.
Oh my god.
Like, all of that just looks super neat.
It's like a callback to like Rusted in a way, kind of.
In the sense that it's orange.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Then yes.
But we have that, which is absolutely fantastic. Like the armor looks insane. The Risen Elders just look amazing. I'm really excited to fight them because it's just like Risen Chameleos was a happy surprise for me because I just like fought him. I was like, it can't be that good. But then just fighting Risen Chameleos is like, whoa, this is actually a really fun fight. So I'm really excited to fight them. And we got new we added augmented systems, so it's just like we got 2 more slots on your weapons and everything.
Yeah, they added 2 weapon slots, and then they added 2 new options for curious crafting on your armor. One that focuses on augmenting your defense, and one that focuses augmenting your skills. And I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Like with the whole augmented system, it's interesting and fun, but it's just I guess it's not really a big interest for me to like dive deep into. Like it's because it basically makes, I guess, every armor not as important, or aside from the skills that it comes along with.
I mean, are you saying that it makes it too like flexible? Like, is that like what you're getting at?
I mean, can't you technically make each armor like the same, but like the only difference is like the armor skill that it comes along with?
I don't know what you mean.
What?
Like, what do you mean by like make every armor the same? Like, do you mean like every like different type of like monster armor just make it functionally the same?
Yeah, but then like the only difference is like the actual armor skill.
What?
Like you have the curio for Geismagorm's armor. You have like the ability to. Am I just like completely ignorant on this?
I don't know what you're asking.
I'm trying to figure out how to
like
say
all the armors are different. All the armors are functionally different. They all have different stats. They all have different things. They all have different abilities on them. And then Curious doesn't like jumble them. It removes some and adds others.
Oh, okay.
But like to functionally make everything the same would be 1, impossible in the Curious system, and 2, would take like either modding or literally thousands of hours of rolling until they're all the same.
Yeah, you can tell like, I haven't really looked into it then.
Yeah, but you can't do that, right?
Okay, that's good to hear then. I'll have to dive deep into it at some point. Ignore me then.
The way the way to think about Curious armor crafting is you can either like just add skills to it.
Yeah.
Or you can exchange skills on it, but it's always random, right? Because like you can, like one of the big things to do right now is the Teostra chest to get rid of windproof. Keep your handicraft, and if it gets rid of windproof, it usually adds another skill instead.
Okay.
Slots on the chest piece are really good, so it's a really cool piece to build with, especially with like switch axe builds, because some of them really like handicraft. But you don't need that windproof, so that gets removed, and then another skill that might be beneficial to you gets added instead. But it's not like changing the whole armor system. Like, no.
Oh, okay. Then everyone ignore me then. Don't.
The best way to think about it is like you can use Curious armor crafting to add an extra level 2 skill That's the way that I look at it. Sometimes you can get more than that, like because like level 1s are throwaways on there so often. Like I've got something that has like crit boost and a spirit bird call. And like Spirit Bird calls like a level 1 deco, right? So it's like, okay, that's like an extra like level 1 slot. Yeah, that's fun too, right? Because I actually love that skill. That plus level 1 of Camellia's Blessing, everyone should be running that. If you have just 2 level 1 slots, just a haze deco and the Spirit Bird call deco, and just run that, and it's the best thing ever.
It definitely allows you to explore skills that you probably won't use
otherwise. And I mean, like it adds another element of min-maxing, but I always say this because like it doesn't appeal to me at all, anomaly monsters and curious crafting and all that, because it's like this extra layer of just like intense grinding that is just playing the game for the sake of playing the game to get resources that are frankly like difficult to come by sometimes, or it just takes a while to accumulate, and then your payoff is a single extra level of a skill, and I personally just don't find that worth grinding.
That's fine. I mean, like since it's explained in that way, I thought it was literally just like you could just make every armor like a Fatalis armor basically.
No. Well, so if we're talking specifically skills, we had Fatalis armor in base rise in high rank.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just saying. But the games are entirely different. To achieve the same thing, you can take a lot of different routes. Yeah. Which I think allows for a lot more creativity in the game. Because like if you think about World, it was literally just Fatalis armor and Fatalis weapons, and then like sometimes one piece was different, like I'm using Teostra coil or Teostra head instead, like whatever. Now it is, you can achieve the same result with a variety of different pieces of equipment based on your luck and your play style too,
Yeah, I think I definitely want to explore that more. I love grinding in games, so this is definitely, I think I want to explore it eventually. It's just right now I'm like super interested in I'm playing through For You with my goal to like hunt every monster, and dude, For You is fantastic. Oh my gosh.
We're getting off topic.
No, it's not that, but then also playing World with Liz and everything. But I think about covers everything for Title Update 3.
There's more.
Wait,
there's more. So we're getting level 200 investigations.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
So investigations had this huge jump, and now they're at level 200, which includes a lot more monsters like Espinas and others.
Isn't it Flaming Espinas, or was it actually just regular Espinas?
I have no idea. I think it was Flaming. I'm pretty sure it was Flaming.
I think it was Flaming.
But it adds a lot of those later subspecies to the list of the investigations. And then the last kind of cool thing was the followers can be in any quest now. You can just bring followers on every quest, which is a super neat kind of thing, but it kind of begs the question, why didn't we just do this from the beginning?
They're probably considering it, and then while they were doing it, they're just like, we could just put them in there.
I don't know. It's just like one of those things. It's like, why not just include that from the beginning, or not include it from the beginning but make it part of the system? Like you have to do their follow request to earn their friendship, whatever story implemented you want to call it, but you have to do the follow requests to unlock them, to bring them on other quests, which I don't know if that's what they did. All they said was just you can bring them on other quests now.
I think that's what they did. I was watching the trailer where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this whole follower system is becoming more and more like a dating simulator.
I mean that and that's what they need, right? When they go through and they name characters and stuff, when you give characters a personality and lore and story and all this stuff, because they really lean into that with Rise, which for really the lore nuts and the story nuts, like people love that stuff, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. Like, if you have to finish the follow request for the majority of us, like we've already done that, so we're just gonna get there. It's gonna be unlocked, and we can bring it with us wherever. And that'll be nice too, because I know there's a lot of people that still play this game solo, and so bringing a follower with them might change up the experience a little bit more. Might be entertaining. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, I'm not interested too much in the follow requests, but for those people that really do enjoy it, like fucking go for it. It looks like a blast. Like the characters, the way they interact with you, and the way you can interact with them, it looks like a lot of fun. And so it's exciting.
Last throwaway comment about TU3, we're getting more event quests, which will unlock emotes, poses, and stickers, probably some like titles and stuff like that. We're getting more microtransaction cosmetics, including layered armors for hunters, palamutes, palicos, layered weapons, hairstyles, etc.
Layered weapons looking goofy as
layered
hell.
weapons look great. They introduced like a series of plushes. Like they're like monster plushes that are also the weapons. So like the great sword is a Rathalos plush, and the hammer was a Diablos plush, and so on. You should definitely go and look at them. The switch axe is a Lunagarin plush. Good. It's so cool.
Dual blades is guys. No, like guys with Gorm. Jesus.
Could you imagine?
The Gasarag. Yeah, it's another G word.
The other G word. Yeah. No. So I mean, it's really cool. It still pushes that kind of wedge between the community about microtransaction in the game, and I've read some good takes on it recently, you know, and like they're playing devil's advocate, and also like helping someone like me personally understand the issue a little bit more. I mean, but I've been playing since 3U, like, you know, 4U was like the game that I first like really sunk my teeth into, but I never really like appreciated the, you know, I don't know, because like even back then, like it's not like we had like the cosmetics that we could really like mess around with. It wasn't until World that we really had cosmetics.
Yeah, and especially with like layered weapons.
Seeing those come in, like seeing those come in as like microtransaction, like that was our first experience with it. Because like Gen U had augmenting, but I never got to that point in Gen U. You know, and so like I don't know how many like actual event quests in G rank and Gen U allowed you to augment or like gave you additional options for augmenting.
It was really interesting. So, like, do you know how the system worked in GU?
No, I have no idea.
It's like locked to an armor piece.
Okay.
So that means like if you want to, you can either get rid of that layered connected to that armor piece, but then you like kind of, I think you kind of waste materials doing that, or you can create another like the same chest and then lock another layer, like augment into it to give it that other look.
Gotcha.
So it's a little more
restricting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and wherever you sit on it, you know, the phrase always goes, vote with your wallet, right? If it's something that you don't agree with, then don't interact with it. If it's something that you can get behind and you want to see more of, or you just can't hold yourself back and you want the plushies, then go for it, right?
Yeah.
You know, everyone's gonna be a little bit different on this topic, and wherever you sit, just remember to be respectful to your peers and to your fellow hunters. When it comes to discussions, I
was the only thing I was really a bit iffy about with this is that how much they were pushing the plushies in this, like how far they were going to like really talk about it. Like Fiorain was just like being like, "Oh my gosh, these plushies."
I thought the interaction was cute.
It was really cute.
Really like out of place for Fiorain.
Yeah.
But that might be the point too, right? That she has this like hidden like, you know, plush obsession.
It was mentioned in the game that she has like some kind of plush obsession or like stuffed animal obsession.
And that's fun. But it seems like that they're like kind of catering to that part of Fiorain's personality, which is a good time. Yeah. And like, if that's the case, I don't know. Like I'm ambivalent to it. You know, I could take it or leave it. If they have it, they're great. If they don't have it, they're also great. Like I honestly don't care. Mostly because I'm not playing the game, you know, obsessively. You know, so like it doesn't affect me, right? Like if I was playing the game obsessively and I felt like this was something that I absolutely needed, like I think they're really cool, and I may still get them to play the game for like 2 or 3 days when Title Update 3 comes out, and then stop playing it entirely again. Who knows? I don't know.
I think it's a cool thing they're adding. I think it's fun that they're messing around with this, and like if people are interested in getting it, they can get it. For me, I don't know if I'm getting it because I like the plushies, but it feels like it's a goofy thing to have for sure. So Yeah, I don't know.
I love Goofy. That's what we complained about in World, that there wasn't enough Goofy, that the game was too serious, and now we're getting Goofy, and you're like, it's too Goofy though. No, it's good. It's pay to win Goofy, so like I totally get it.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah. Okay,
no, wait, no.
Yeah, piggyback on my curtails, why don't you?
Nah, I'm all for the Goofy. I'm all for it. I'm not going back on my word. I'm all for the Goofy. It's, oh my goodness. Anyways, so we have that. Are those layered armor that they showcase? Is that you have to pay for those?
No idea.
They showed, I thought that was like part of like
kind of a wintry one, like a winter coat.
I think that was
they don't really like say.
I think that one was.
Oh, there's two Frontier outfits. There's two Frontier layered armors that are going to be a part of event quest. They did say that already.
Oh, that's going to be part. Okay, that's good. All right, yeah.
Yeah, those are part of the event quest. Like the blue one, the blue Frontier-ish armor that we got already. Mm-hmm. They already did confirm that those were going to be part of a event quest.
Yeah, Liz is super interested in the female version of like that silver and red looking armor. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, but it looks really sick.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that.
I mean, they do a really good job making things that look good. Like they really do. No one's gonna fault them for that.
No, like everything. I'm really excited for this update, honestly. Unfortunately, I'm out of town. I won't be back until like Friday.
Yeah, it comes out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Capcom. I guess. Well, so I guess it'll be out the night before for us. So it'll come out November 24th at 0000 UTC, which for us is November 23rd 8 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. We just had daylight savings, so I actually don't remember which one it is. But everything that Capcom releases title update wise has been consistently the date that they said at 00 UTC, so midnight. So for us, it's going to be the night before on Wednesday, the 23rd.
I think so. Has it not been consistently Thursday though?
They have consistently released things on 00 UTC Thursday, which for us is like 5 hours before then.
Okay.
Because we're EST, which is -5 UTC.
Okay.
It's 5 hours before.
I was trying to remember
so
like if it was Wednesday or Thursday.
It comes out on Wednesdays for us.
Okay.
Always.
Like
every
8
single
p.m.
time.
Thursday or Wednesdays?
It has never been different.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm not awake.
It's just always been that. And then like, and I mean, just to throw it out there, they did the same thing for World. They've done the same thing for Rise. They did the same thing for Stories. They've done the same thing for all of the games. They've been providing title updates in this live service kind of template too. But yeah, UTC 00 to EST is 7 p.m. the night before.
Okay.
Yeah, because we just went through daylight savings time, so it'll be 7 p.m. now.
Yeah. Oh man. So does that about cover everything for Rise?
Yeah.
SUNBREAK?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm still trying to debate if I'm even gonna stream it that night. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
gotta make my schedule.
I mean, well, before we get into like Pokemon talk, like, what have you been doing content wise?
Pokemon.
Well, I mean, before that, like, what's your goal?
Oh, dude, that's a question and a half. I don't know. I like, my whole thing right now is because I wasn't ready with Monster Hunter World for HDQ 23, the Awesome Games Done Quick 23's marathon, which the schedule came out yesterday, or is it yesterday or this morning? It might have been this morning. Looks lit. The schedule looks amazing, and they've been keeping up what they did for SGDQ 22, which was keeping up with a lot of like unknown games. There's like very little Mario, very little Zelda, and a lot of like indie and just games I've literally never heard of, and so that's really cool.
That's cool.
But Yeah, but regardless, I wasn't ready with World for that submission, and I submitted Stories 2 fully knowing that it wasn't going to get in.
Yeah.
Because it is way too long, and I did a week of D-Rust and did a submission just to meet the deadline, and it was nowhere near prepared. I wasn't confident on my time. I didn't know where the time would land. Lo and behold,
You get a better time.
4 weeks later. Lo and behold, 4 weeks later, I improved the time by 40 minutes. So like, I had no idea. I was all over the place. So because of that, I've been grinding Xeno% again for World, because I want to have that ready for SGDQ 23. AGDQ was supposed to be in person, but it was in Florida, and Florida venues suck right now for COVID prevention, and so they canceled their event in Florida, and so the AGDQ will be entirely online. SGDQ, however, will probably continue being in Minnesota, and the venue last year was amazing. I think I heard 2 people get COVID out of like the couple hundred that attended. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is that it's not like a gigantic convention. It is a smaller event, so it felt a lot less crowded.
That's good.
So that was really nice. Like I would do SGDQ again with the same kind of like, COVID measures and stuff like that. Like that it was still really enjoyable for my first one. But so that's my goal right now, is just making sure that I keep Xeno% prepped for then, and working towards Fatalis%.
Hell yeah.
But I just want to play Pokemon now, man. I don't want to do anything else.
Holy shit. Yeah. Well, I guess I guess for my plans, it would just be mostly I switched over to YouTube recently. Yeah, which has been,
we haven't. You made the full switch to YouTube.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's been really comfy in the sense of just like I feel like I have a more solid plan. I'm not worried as much as I was with like viewer average numbers, because speaking realistically, they are lower, which that was for me to be expected. Because it's like an entirely new platform for people to watch live streams for, and people are not used to watching me on there, so it's like it's gonna be a slow build up for sure, but it's comfier for me, honestly. I'm not too worried about much of anything. Like, I've achieved the partnership program on YouTube. Yeah, I've achieved a partnership program on YouTube, so I got access to all the emotes and badges and stuff, so now it's just a matter of unlocking them. It's really fun. Yeah. And I have a lot of goals and things I'm really excited for. I got a new editor on, I guess you can say, my team recently, just like talking with them about content, and he seems to be someone who really understands like YouTube content and how to go about it. So I've been talking with him a lot about that, and just like I've been making a list of plans for like Pokemon and Monster Hunter content for videos, and turning streams into content too, which has been a big thing for me, because just like if people really enjoy watching the streams, then they will want to see that into a video as well for like a challenge thing. Exactly. So that's a good idea. I'm glad that transition, because you were like really worried about it, and you were really stressed about it. And like, I mean, I remember the day before you were super anxious. And I'm glad that now that you've gotten into it and are doing it, that it's working for you. Because like, you got to debut on YouTube, and that was a big day. That was a big stream. Like, I remember at least a lot of people showed up to that stream. And the debut stream was a lot of fun, and I've been popping in and watching your streams every now and then, and a lot of my gripes with it you actually addressed, like using that third-party plugin for the stream layout to put the chat next to the stream when you enter theater mode. Oh my god, that's so good. The only thing comfy. The only thing that I'm trying to get used to is using emotes on there. One, because I don't have all the emotes that I'm used to having, and two, it works a little bit differently. Like, you have to use colon searches, which I'm already used to. But like for some things, I used to use tab complete, but for the most part, I just use colon search. And so like that still works because that's like a BTTV feature.
And since that's there, like that works like no problem. But no, I mean it's been cool seeing you do that, and then I get to kind of like live vicariously.
Yeah, I gave you like a mod role for a little bit, at least for like the first stream, just to kind of like see what you can do. And like I kind of got you can't do much, but you can do enough to like get rid of people.
I mean, but like that's the thing, is like that's all you can do.
Yeah.
As a mod on that side of it, I would like to see like the other thing that I'd like to see is fleshed out safety features for streaming.
Yeah.
Twitch has a lot of options, and I like options, and you know, even if I don't use half of those options, the other half I still really like. Twitch does not have a language auto moderation, so like anyone can just come into your chat, drop slurs, and it gets immediately pushed onto there, so you have to use a third party feature, and all of them on YouTube right now are awful. And that's one of the things that I do not like.
Yeah, there's a lot to look into, and I feel like it's definitely a matter of time until they do make those updates and everything, because like right now their main focus is shorts, which is, to be fair, like one of the fastest growing things on their platform. So like absolutely focus on that. Like they wanted to not take down TikTok. That's not their goal. They just want to give a chance for, I guess, shorts creators to like earn revenue from the shorts they are making, because right now they're not making any revenue. It's just mostly like gaining an audience to the platform.
And once they pushed out because they're pushing out ad sharing for shorts, and so that'll be really big for the revenue side of that. And yeah, I mean, once they do that, that'll be great. I do think that right now is the time for YouTube to be making big changes to their streaming platform.
I think they are.
Only because, well, they're doing it in the background. I'm sure they're doing it. It needs to be released now, though, because like we already went through the whole phase of Twitch dropping the ball twice, and YouTube didn't capitalize on it either time. That's the problem. YouTube needs to capitalize on this stuff. Other creators have made those opportunities for YouTube. Other creators have gone out of their way to say YouTube, you know, is good for that and like good for streaming and all this, but YouTube hasn't done it themselves because they've been focused on the shorts platform and stuff like that, and that's fine, right? I understand that this stuff takes time, but some transparency, which big corporations don't do, would really go a long way for getting people excited about streaming on YouTube, because they want to create a feature, test it internally, test it externally, limited, and then publish it and publicize it.
Which I think is a very smart way.
That stuff takes months.
It takes a while. Because
when you're a company that big, you have to do it that way, because one wrong thing can ruin every possible like relationship with your ad backers. Cough cough. Twitter.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you don't want to talk about elongated muskrat's Twitter?
That's it. No.
Oh, boy,
the only thing that
we'll talk about that another time.
I don't even want to.
Yeah, we won't delve into it. We should talk about Pokemon though.
Yeah, I really want to.
Sidetracked.
But yeah, but the one thing I really want to say is just like YouTube is definitely like, they are absolutely going to make changes for the live streaming side of things, and they're definitely going to capitalize it at some point. I feel like it's definitely going to be like a 2023 thing where they're finally going to do that.
Yeah,
maybe.
I just think by that point it's too late.
I don't know.
Unless Twitch fucks up again in their favor, like it's just going to be too, because like that's when you strike, is when people are doubting the platform that has literally been the air quotes #1 streaming platform in the world, right? You strike. That's being opportunistic, but I know they don't necessarily have the ability or the longevity or the expediency to do that at YouTube, at Google. So like, I get it, but like, this is the time to do that while I'm sitting here thinking about switching over to YouTube, but then like not seeing those things on YouTube is promoting me to stay on Twitch. Like that's the thing that I'm saying, is like I'm considering bringing my business over there now, but in a year or in 6 months or in 3 months even, I might not even be considering that anymore.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, regardless though, like it's been really comfy in there for me, and I'm really excited for the content that I plan on putting out in there. So they've got a lot of stuff coming, and it's gonna be really exciting.
Oh yeah.
So
Pokemon.
For those of you here that don't want to hear spoilers, we're gonna be talking about it right now.
So block off your ear holes and or close it or whatever, mute it, and then just watch us and react. Like watch us react to it. Actually, that'd be amazing.
They're just gonna see us with like different reactions, and you're like,
it'll be great. It'll be great for you, those of you listening on Spotify, to mute it. But keep listening to it and get literally zero anything out of it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, spoiler talk, go. Sprigatito is standing
the
up.
dumb idiot stands up.
I knew it. I told you so, and it happened. Oh man, it feels good to be right. Not really. I kind of wish it was on all fours.
I'm so mad. All right. Actually, no. I can't even say that because I actually love Sprigatito's evolution.
Sprigatito's evolution is really cute.
It's called Floragato. I haven't gotten to the 3rd evolution yet. I only assume it continues standing. But I actually love this thing so much. Like, just unironically, even though it stood up, like, oh no, the paws stay on the ground, Sprigatito stood up, the Game Freak Pokemon design curse continues. Regardless, it's still just a really cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it has a yo-yo, which is kind of neat.
I didn't realize that until its auto animation was going, and I was just like, oh.
It's a yo-yo. I thought that was so cool, and like it uses it in battle. Like its special attacks are with the yo-yo. It's super neat. I love it. I think it's super cool. Super cute.
My Pokemon starts lowering itself to the ground.
Coco went from standing up to closer to the ground to all fours.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, because you showed me Fuecoco's final evolution last night, and that was really. I mean, it's cool looking. It's not what I wanted it to be, because I wanted it to be closer to like a Feraligatr.
Yeah.
Or
but then
like
it would be a Feraligatr.
Well, I mean, because like you think about it, like we have Feraligatr, and we have Crocodile, Crocorock. The red crocodile that stands up in the desert. Yeah.
That was really fun.
If it's
that one started standing up. That was a Sandile, and then it stood up immediately on the 2nd stage evolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's really cool too.
It's Crocorock's the middle boy, and then it's the other idiot. Hold on, I'm scrolling down to find it.
I just want to dive deep in already and just say I've been incredibly happy with the pacing. I've been incredibly happy with the what you can do. We can like the multiplayer aspect of the game was fantastic, because it's just like,
it was nice.
We can be in each other's world and still continue our own story, which is insane. That was what I wanted. It was
really nice.
I was just like, if to make the multiplayer function worth it and use it, I want to be able to be in other people's worlds and still continue my own playthrough.
Yeah, no, and that was really appealing. Terradens have been fun to do.
Yes.
You know, it's just been fun to like find a Terraden and do them with people. They're this short, like really, you know, face value kind of encounter, and it seems like as long as you win it, you catch it. I haven't failed to capture on those things yet.
I don't think I failed to capture either. We've I think we failed to Curlia. So we the 4 of us failed to Curlia, I think.
And it nuked us.
Yeah, it did fucking just like, nah, you ain't capturing me. I'm just gonna fucking blast you out of here.
And it blew us out of the den.
Crazy.
No, and that's been cool. I mean, it's more or less Gmax max raid dens or max dens, but you are guaranteed something at the end of it.
Yep.
And terrestrializing has been kind of a neat mechanic. I think the funny hats look dumb and stupid, so that makes it fun.
Oh my gosh, they have a Sprigatito hat.
Are neat. The flower was just so good.
It was so good.
I love the flower. This dumb grass cat with a flower on its head. I love it.
It's adorable. But yeah, no, that's been fantastic. And also the fact that you can what was I gonna say? Oh, you can do all 3 storylines at once. Like there's no specific order to anything.
I have a theory about that. I actually hate that. I despise it because
of course you do.
Of two reasons.
Yeah.
One, I get really overwhelmed with open world games when they do not provide clear direction on what you should do next. Because I get decision paralysis. That's a me thing, and I don't want to look up a guide to save myself spoilers. I could very much easily eliminate all of this issue by looking up a guide, but it's also the second day now, today being the third day the game has been out. There are no guides that are going to guide me through everything that I want to do. So I kind of do just have to like make the decision and make mistakes. Because my second point is too, that you can do it in any order is like, you can do it in any order, but if you want to progress, you're gonna have to progress linearly at least through one of these things, or stand out in the middle of the field and beat the crap out of like crickets and dogs and all these other animals out in the world until you're over leveled, and then you can go and challenge the next thing.
It's interesting because
that was the thing that I was worried about.
Yeah, I wished that they kind of do in a way, maybe make still have gym battles be a baseline in a way, and just like if you beat, let's say you beat the first gym and they expect you to be around these levels, like, and it won't matter which gym you start with, it'll always be like, maybe they have different Pokemon depending on what level they're at, you know what I mean?
I would like that. And that would be a cool thing. That's just too much work, like legitimately.
Probably.
That's just why they don't do that way, because that would have been the best iteration of this game, is that if the world around you and the trainers that you fought and the gyms that you went to and the challenges that you complete and the story that you did scaled to your level. Outside of like maybe the Titans are always like a certain number of levels above you or something like that, but the idea of the 3 stories is super, super cool. But this is my gripe with it, is that different elements of progression are linked to each one of those stories. So it's really disingenuous of them to say like you can do any of them in any order, or you can just not do them at all, when all of Miraidon's or Koraidon's like movement abilities are linked to you fighting the Titans. And all of the TMs that you have access to are linked to doing the Team Star battles, whatever you want to call those. And then even you just having Pokemon of higher level is linked to the gyms. You have to do the gyms. You can't not do the gyms. You have to do the gym battles. Yeah. Because if you don't, you can't have a Pokemon over level 25. Okay, so it's really disingenuous of them to say like choose your own adventure and like go do it yourself, when really what they meant was, here's your adventure, you can do it in a vaguely different order than usual. Because I went and like tried to do one of the Titans and it steamrolled me. Right, like you were there. Like I went to go and fight.
I saw you about to go
bird.
to it, and I noticed what level you were at. And in my head, I was like, "You're not ready for this." But I just wanted to see your interaction.
That's fine. yeah, and that's fine, because that was a lot funnier. But yeah, like I get there and I was like, "Oh, okay." It literally one shot all of my Pokemon. It's disingenuous of them to say like you can do it in any order and you can do things in any order, which realistically you can. But your practicality of completing the game like that is not possible. Right.
And it seems very, for some, like if you do it that way, and let's say you fight a gym leader that's like more powerful than the previous because you didn't know which number gym that was, and then you fight that gym and it was like, wow, that was rough, and then you fight the next gym and then they have like level 18 Pokemon. You're like, wait, what? So I think that's like my same gripe with it as well, would be just like yes, it would be a lot more work and everything, but like I feel like it would be really cool for them to scale it, depending, like still have gym leader battles to be still like the main focus in a way for this type of game. And then let's say it doesn't matter what gym you start with. So you start with, let's say, one of the gyms, and they have your same level Pokemon you would have for a first gym, and then you go to a second gym, and it would be the levels that they would be for that, like the second gym battle. So
and they could do that. It would just be a lot more like work and effort. But then you'd kind of get stuck into this idea, like, do you need to scale the whole world or just the gym battles? I get why the game is designed like this.
Yeah.
Right. Because it makes sense to make high level areas, like, you know, think Fallout. Fallout's an open world game. The world does not scale to you. You can wander into an area that you do not belong in. I played Fallout 3 for 30 minutes. I got out of the vault. I went west. I walked into a town full of those gigantically tall, creepy, like, they're called Death Stalkers, right? I can't remember what they're called.
I never played Fallout.
They're these.
I was not interested in those games.
Yeah, neither was I, but I tried. But they're these just huge, just like, you know, feral radiation monsters, and you walk into that area and there's hundreds of them inside this city, and I didn't know any better, and so I tried to shoot it and it just walloped me. Like, okay, I have learned to not go that way yet. And so, like, in that sense of like design and exploration, that makes sense, because they didn't tell you you can go and do anything you want whenever you want. Are we being too literal? Probably. But the whole idea of them like, here are 8 gyms, have fun, is disingenuous when you come down to it, where you still have to linearly progress through the game, which makes so much more sense. Just let us do that. And after each gym, tell us, okay, we recommend you go to this next gym. Like, Nimona could be like, all right, well, I'm heading over here now, and you know, it still give us the option, but at least give us the guidance of what the correct answer is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because I mean, some people like the trial and I don't know. Some people like the trial and error of open world games, and that's fine too. Like, literally me, I found a terrestrialized Jolteon, and I just like went and fought it in the wild, and I didn't realize that it was going to be. It was level 50. I had level 10s. Yeah. And so, like, my entire chat was just like, pause champ, nobody tell him. And because I was fixated on this Jolteon, and then I ran into it, and someone in my chat said he didn't save, did he? And I was like, what do you mean? And then it said level 50. I was like, oh no! I was not ready for it.
So funny.
Like, I get, like, that's fun. Like, that is fun. It's like, I don't know. I guess I have to, maybe I have to change my expectation of this game and think of it more as a trial and error kind of approach, right? Because like, the game is still a blast. I'm having so much fun just like getting on my dog, which is a lizard, and running around the world and exploring it, and like trying, because like, that's the cool thing too, is that they did what Legends Arceus did, which is put rare Pokemon spawns in far corners of the map, like areas that it takes like 30 minutes to get to, you know? And let's put Pokemon in those corners, so you actually have like a reason to go out there, and you like find, like, you know, these runes, and you find a new Pokemon, and this is cool. That's all I want to do.
The maps are huge, which is gigantic. Awesome. I didn't expect.
So good.
It was so they organized it really well. Like the random Pokemon encounters that you have and everything. Like this so good. Like this is definitely up there in one of my favorite Pokemon games right now. Like, and I haven't
auto battling.
Yeah. Auto battling was great.
Snaps on that.
Yeah.
Auto battling is great. It removes a lot of the tedium of wild Pokemon encounters, which is really good, especially because you need materials to make more TMs.
Yeah.
Very, very cool feature. I love that. I love that.
Yes, giving us access to the raid battles like that early, like to the that I thought that was fantastic, because like then you get access to experience candies, and let's say you've been leveling up a mon, you don't want to level up, and then you're just like, I don't want them anymore.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and then you could be like, oh, I want to level up this mon instead, but it's at level 2. You're like, oh, okay, just give it candies and just level it up.
Especially because doing Dynamax dens, like Dynamax raids solo in Sword and Shield, some of them were just impossible, which I'm curious to see if there's going to be like some higher level ones that like you just can't really do. But because of the way that like terrestrializing is designed, it's not like it's not a stat change. So your stats don't, like, your base stats don't change, like Mega Evolution or like Gigantamaxing or Dynamaxing. You don't Like the only thing is that the Pokemon's typing changes to the one type that it Terra types into, and they get ×2 on stab instead of 1.5. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the only change. And so terrestrializing doesn't even seem like this overtly dangerous thing. The dens are obviously designed for multiple people to do them at that, like, you know, grade or at that rating, but it's not an impossible thing to do on your own, which is really nice. You can grind them, you can catch a bunch of, like, you know, different Terra Pokemon in them, you can get all these extra resources. I don't know, I like that because it adds another, like, aspect of resource gathering that's still linked to Pokemon battling and the essence of Pokemon, that gives you the reason to still explore this world, you know. And that's really, really good. They kept the gathering and crafting systems linked to battling, and that was very, very smart of them, because that's what Pokemon is. Unlike like Legends Arceus, where you just like run around and pick up shit off the ground and then you turn and you craft all that stuff into it. Cool system, but this isn't Minecraft, this isn't Terraria, this isn't like Fallout. We want a Pokemon battle still, like, and they kept the emphasis on Pokemon battling in this game, and I am thankful for that.
Yeah, they did an absolutely fantastic job, and it was just the world exploration was so much fun. I haven't even explored like the snowy parts yet. I haven't even gotten to that.
I haven't gotten remotely near there.
Yeah.
Hey, this game, like, random trainers throughout the world, sure, whatever. Gyms and the team star, like, leaders, and some of the battles in this game are deceivingly difficult.
They are.
I love that.
I didn't expect that. I was just like, this is hard. It's great. Even
just the first star, like the first team star battle that I did, which was the Dark Crew. Even though it was like of an appropriate level, maybe a little bit higher, it was still like, I had to think about it. Like, I had to be creative about it. I had to make sure I approached it in the right way. It was still difficult.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like I really enjoyed that. I've been really enjoying that. They nailed it with the experience share. Experience share is perfect in this game. I'm never over leveled. I never feel like I'm overpowered. I don't feel like I'm progressing too quickly. You know, experience share has been perfect. All my Pokemon stay around the relatively the same level right now, and I don't get overly compensated for anything. It feels really good.
It's so good. And like, not only that, but the what was gonna get to? Oh no, my brain. The terrestrializing. I was really happily surprised with it. I was like, at first I was like it was very fun. I was very off put with it at first, because I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this. And then getting into it, I'm just like, okay, this is actually really fun. I'm actually really enjoying this. And just
the Terra typing has been Oh yeah, because you have to like really think about it. Like, okay, that's a silhouette of a Snome, but it's Ghost type. Yeah. So what type do I actually need?
Yeah, because like, especially for raid battles, they never change back to the original form. So it's kind of just like, you have to choose a typing that's more effective against a terrestrialized form, which is,
so you got to really think about that.
Oh yeah, so it's really cool that they do it that way.
Very, very neat. What else? I don't know. The Pokemon's animations in the game are really nice. The Pokemon models themselves are really nice. The textures are really nice. I wanna hit on like the one last good note, which is what Gen 9 specific Pokemon do you like the most that you've encountered so far?
I'm trying to think about. I love the bird so far. I don't know if it evolves into. I think I have its final stage. I think that's the final stage that I have.
The big ass bird, the albatross that's also electric, or
the one that I have has the electric type, the flying electric type. Is that the same one that you fight? Is that its final evolution, the one that you fought in the big?
Oh no, that's a different Pokemon entirely. I think it was flying rock.
Yeah, the one I had, I think that's my favorite so far, because like the flying electric is really fun to mess around with, especially when I have a shock absorb.
That thing is literally a mini. that thing's literally a mini Zapdos. It's super cool.
Yeah.
And Flying Electric is such a neat typing. I mean, the only other Pokemon that I can think of off the top of my head that had it was Landorus, or excuse me, not Landorus, Thundurus, and Emolga. Anything else have like Flying Electric?
I don't know.
Fan Rotom had Flying Electric,
Probably.
but like that's Fan Rotom. It's, like nobody cares about that.
Yeah. I think
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think my other favorite, absolute favorite, would have to be the new Whooper. Like the evolution, I love him. He's perfect.
Clodsire, yes.
He's perfect.
Oh my gosh, rotund friend. It evolved, it laid down, it got wide. I love him. He's perfect.
Smile every time.
Oh, he's so good. Cause like Paldean Whooper, aka Pooper, was perfect as it was, and then it just got wide, flat, round, friend shape. It looks huggable. Oh god, I love it so much.
Do you want the shiny version is of the Whooper?
No, and I don't want to know.
You don't want to? Oh, okay, never mind. I won't tell you then.
I'm gonna find it myself because that and Fido have just been my two obsessions right now. I'm trying to evolve Fido.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Those are my obsessions right now.
When you see the shiny version of Whooper, you're gonna I think your first initial reaction is gonna be, are you kidding me? That's what I think your initial reaction is gonna be.
Well, we'll see, because that might be one of the ones that I go for first is the Whooper.
Not Fido?
I think I'm gonna go for the Whooper first.
Wow.
Yeah.
On brand. Okay. Because you have like the whole Whooper, like your
whole Whooper shtick.
Oh my goodness, it's so fucking funny. But gosh, yeah. What about you? Like, what has been your, I guess, your favorite new versions? You did?
Whooper and Fido.
Oh, okay. Well,
I literally just said that. I already kept up with it.
Was it all right? Cool.
And then like, I don't know, like outside of those, I'm trying to think, because I'm only using Gen 9 exclusive Pokemon for my playthrough, because like I've played plenty of times with like Rockruff and Growlithe and stuff like that, so I want to use exclusively these. The Tarantula was perfect, and then what it evolved into was a monstrosity to nature, and so I boxed it immediately. I am trying to level up a Nimble because I was told that I would really like its evolution, so we're trying to get there.
Nimble. I'm trying to remember what that one was.
That's the paperclip grasshopper. The really small paperclip grasshopper thing.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen the evolution yet, so I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, that's Nimble, which I think he is cool, but I want to evolve him to see if he's better. Because you know me, like I love bug type Pokemon, so I'm trying to find my new obsession in here, and I was really hoping that Tarantula was going to be that, and what it evolved into was an absolute monstrosity to nature.
It looks like
I hate it.
One of those practice dummies in martial arts that they use.
It's a dojo practice, so it's exactly what it is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a dojo practice dummy, and it has a protect that slows you instead of if you make contact with it.
That's so amazing.
It's like Spiky Shield. It's like Aegis Slash's guard. I don't remember what it's called. But if you make contact with it, so like if you use like a contact move, it slows you. And I do really like that, because then if Infestation's in the game still, which is a bug type move that's chip damage, and then if it can learn like Toxic, which it probably can, then you can just make a really, really obnoxious stall build with it, which I think would be fun.
There was, I think, 3 mons that I had on my team originally that I actually boxed because of their evolutions or lack thereof. There was the Lechonk's final evolution. I boxed. I boxed the spider that you got because I also got that, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And the new dragon that we saw that people were riding on, the new dragon type, that looks
Cyclizar?
I think, yeah, that one. I boxed that one because it doesn't have an evolution.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I was excited for it. I was like, I can't wait to evolve this, and then it wasn't evolving. Yeah. I was like, does it have an evolution?
That's interesting.
And it doesn't.
Okay, so we praised the game enough. Let's talk gripes.
The
game runs like absolute dog shit.
Oh yeah, no,
my gosh.
I think my favorite downtime right now is looking for glitches on Twitter.
And I don't know how I don't know how much stock to put into those anymore, because a lot of the ones that I've been seeing, people have been saying I'm playing on emulator.
Oh, really?
So because they've already ripped the game and turned it into an emulator for Rui Jinx, and so people are playing it on emulator, and it does not play, stable on that at all.
Yeah. Okay, I did not know that.
I don't know how much stock to put into it, because I see a lot of them, and I'm sure a lot of them are happening on console, but some of the more wild ones, like I've seen people say that like it's happening on emulator, and I don't know how much stock to put into it anymore, because people like to edit their consoles. Like the Switch is surprisingly moddable. It's crazy. And I like the really crazy graphical glitches, I don't know, some of them have just been like, I don't know if I believe it, like I don't know if you are going out of your way to try to break the game for internet points. The game, I haven't seen a single glitch myself.
Neither have I.
But the only thing that I have a problem with is like frame rate tanking, or the camera clipping into a wall and I see underneath the world.
Yeah,
like that's about it.
Same.
My favorite movement glitch is being able to ride the dog, the Miraidon or Koraidon, and jump backwards up ledges.
That's
love
fun.
That.
I think that's more of just like a fun thing you figure out. You just like, oh, I mean,
that's
break the game.
That's a movement glitch, if we want to call it, because I'm certain you shouldn't be able to do that.
No.
And I love it. I think that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I see something up on a cliff and was like, well, here we go. And
it's,
I don't know.
It's not hard to do. It just gets time to get used to it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, despite the game just like kind of running models at slow frame rate, which we saw in Sword and Shield, spawning models incredibly close to you, which we saw in Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
And just having like really weird frame rate tanks, which are even worse than Sword and Shield. The gameplay elements there are still like fun. I'm sitting here trying to say negative things about the game to play devil's advocate, and I'm still going back to saying positive things about the game. There's something wrong with me.
It's like you love the game or something.
I do. Well, I mean, like you know me. I'll say it tooth and nail. I will buy any Pokemon game that comes out, because most people are on the fence about them nowadays. I don't mind being the guinea pig, but I also just basically love it. The only Pokemon game I didn't like was Let's Go Eevee. That's the only one.
I've personally, like, I've said this before too, it's been a while since like I've been this excited for a Pokemon game, and it's been a while since I've dove deep into like a Pokemon game like this, because it's just like, I love Pokemon Legends Arceus, but it wasn't really for me. I beat the story. It was fun. It was crazy fun. I didn't dive deep into the end game really. For Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, it was like pretty much almost to the nail, like remake. Yeah, it's just a replay. So I beat it, and I was like kind of done with it. It's like really fun and cute still, but like I don't really go back to it. And then Pokemon Let's Go or Sword and Shield was great, but it was kind of just like
it lacked content.
It lacked
story.
It lacked story and content, but I think like they did shiny hunting the best. I don't know about
very accessible.
Yeah, very accessible for shiny hunting. For Violet and Scarlet, I don't know yet. The
fact that overworld Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet will show their shiny palette makes overworld shiny hunting really, really easy. And I mean, breeding is still in the game. I saw someone had bred a shiny Pokemon for themselves the other day, and so like breeding Masuda method is still in the game. Yeah. So there is still that. For overworld, I'm still trying to figure out what the overworld system is going to be, because I would like to figure that out. Violet? Yeah.
It's. Do you want me to say like how it is?
The overworld shiny hunting?
Yeah.
That you just said you didn't know what it was.
Oh, I meant just in like to encounter a shiny, like when you run into one, it's literally just like they're shiny and there's no sparkles or anything.
I know. How do we manipulate that to get higher odds?
Yeah, we don't know that yet. No.
Yeah, like because like in Sword and Shield, it was the encounter number. As long as you defeated a certain number, like if you defeated over 500, you had a maximum chance.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to see if that was in the Pokedex. I haven't really found that yet, so I don't know if it's by encounters yet. I'm certain there's going to be a shiny charm at the end of the game, you know, for getting the completing the Pokedex. And I'm, you know, there's got to be another method to make overworld shiny spawn more often. So we'll see.
It'd probably be like if you're in between like two, like I guess world and routes, it'd probably be like a lot easier. Like you're trying to reload all the Pokemon. Maybe there's like a method to that. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But the before that was like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It was fun, but it was like again it was like kind of like a remake from the first game, so you kind of already know what's going on in a way.
Yeah,
it's another replay, and the system for battling and capturing was very different and not really to my liking.
Same.
It was still fun, and shiny hunting was really fun in that one too.
Yeah, shiny hunting was good.
And
because you had overworld shinies.
Yeah. Oh, before that was Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I wasn't really a big fan of the Sun and Moon games personally. I want to give Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon a shot and like really actually play through them, because I never played through them entirely. I kind of stopped
on games
midway through because it was like it wasn't really my style.
Yeah.
I think before that was what, Oris?
Oris and then X and Y. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was like, I think those were like the last times I was really like diving deep into a game like that.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're getting the opportunity now to do that, and I mean, I'm enjoying seeing people play the game, and that's like really what the gripe has been. Like the content is there, the progression pacing is good. You know, you can take on all three of the different stories and still progress at a reasonable pace and not be over leveled for things. And I really do like that. And if you take the extra initiative to explore, you can find new Pokemon, you get higher levels. You know, you can do more things and set yourself up for even more success.
Yeah.
The area designs have been really nice. You know, it's just the game is just graphically lacking and performance lacking, which there's a rumor going around. Nothing's confirmed until Nintendo says it. There's a rumor going around that there's a data leak in the game, which is entirely possible, and that's what's causing the performance issues. But if it is a data leak, that means it is repairable with a big patch. So they could possibly release a patch that would fix the data leak, and then, you know, no more issues.
Yeah, no, like I was worried about the multiplayer functionality with that, but like it honestly holds up pretty well. Like there's like a crash here and there, but that's like,
yeah, I've had one so far in 12 hours of gameplay.
Yep. So that's, I feel like that's fine. Like I was
2 days, 12 hours already, and I'm gonna play more after this. I'm probably gonna start stream after this podcast and keep playing.
I have 17 hours in the game already. Like, bro, holy shit! Like literally,
it's been out for 2 days.
Yeah, I played it for 4 hours. I know 6 hours on Friday, and I was already like, I've streamed it for four hours. I was already exhausted, so I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to. Excuse me. Oh Jesus, I need to play, or I was like, I need to get off, so I like got off stream, and then I started playing more, and then the next day I was just like, I was thinking about content, I was thinking about everything. I'm just like, I just really want to play this game for me, and I haven't had a game like that in a while, and so like I was just playing through it, and I'm just like, I'm really fucking enjoying myself, and it's been an absolute blast. So I literally woke up, watched anime with my friend, played it for like 2 more hours, had lunch, played it for the rest of the day, streamed with Liz, and then played more.
I'm considering starting a second playthrough for off stream on Scarlet, so I can like play at my own pace. But honestly, I've been really just enjoying starting up stream, discovering things on my own, and having the reaction live on stream, because this is gonna be like the first full play of a game that I actually upload to YouTube. So that's what I'm working towards right now.
Oh yeah, dude, like you kept on asking, it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm so behind. Like, dude, fucking just like experience
I'm not sorry
pace.
about it. I was just trying to see where you were at, so I could manage your expectation, because my Pokemon were level like 12 when we started yesterday.
Yeah. Dude,
And
like
I'm taking my time, and I'm
not
loving
worried.
it.
That's why, like, after the raid battle, I was like, okay, this is how it works. It's not like like if they're super lower leveled, I'm gonna destroy everything. So I'm like, all right, let me know what level you're at, so that I can like just grab a random Pokemon and join you.
Yeah.
So I think that worked really well.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun too. Yeah, you, me, Liz, and Mia all played, and that was a blast.
It was so much fun. I think I'm so jealous of Liz. I'm so jealous of her because like because
she has like no experience with Pokemon.
She has no experience with Pokemon, so every single Pokemon she's encountering, she's just like, this looks so cool, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could be
Liz, that's like Growlithe.
Yeah.
Pokemon's older than you.
Like, this is like, just seeing her experience like everything is so cool, and I'm just like, I wish I kind of like be unknown to like everything.
Yeah.
So nice. Yep. That's about that though. I think that covers about everything.
I think it does too.
I'd say for the length of the podcast and everything, we'll cover comments for the next podcast. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, and any other listening platforms, we're working on Apple Podcasts. We're figuring.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that one out.
We're gonna figure that one out. Right now, we're focusing on Pokemon, so expect maybe something next week where we're just like, all right, that's how you do.
Yeah. We'll probably continue talking about Pokemon on podcasts for a bit, so.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, next podcast, we're going to have an amazing guest as usual. And with Stay tuned. We'll see you all in the next video podcast.
Whoa. See you next time.
I'm
just going to leave now. It's going to leave now.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.